What's up, everybody? This is Cha Mystique, and we're live at the wonderful Women with Voices, and we with two beautiful women, Aisha and Jamila from the Pink Panther Clique.
Hey,
yes. So, what is it exactly that you do?
You want to start, sis?
Okay, well, we're both authors, we're motivational speakers, and what makes us kind of unique is that we met in federal prison. We just recently came home. I came home 10 months ago, and you came home how long, sis?
Just about 5 months ago, and we formed the Pink Panther Clique while we were incarcerated. And the purpose of our group is, to enlighten the world about what's happening in this country with credible prison and women being over-incarcerated. My sis here, she has a nonprofit organization.
Yes, my nonprofit is Women Over-Incarcerated, and what we do is we educate people about the lengthy sentences many are serving for nonviolent crimes in federal prison. I just served a 12.5-year sentence, and how long did you serve, sis?
10.5 years.
Yes, for nonviolent white-collar crimes. So we pretty much are using our stories and our platform and our gift of writing to show the world what's happening and to create awareness about the epidemic of women in prison.
That is incredible that you two beautiful women survived that ordeal. Now, I know it was real traumatic, not only to yourselves, but the families that were involved as well. So anyone of you are mothers?
Yes, I am a mother. I have 2 children. When I left, my children were 9 and 11 years old, and now they're 21 and 19. So I pretty much missed out on a decade of birthdays, Christmases, proms, every occasion that you can think that you would want to be there for your kids. I missed out on that. So that's definitely a very deep thing, and I was just blessed to have family members to help raise my children. But a lot of people behind bars, their kids end up going behind bars. So it's an epidemic that we're starting, and what we're saying is not that people shouldn't be punished, but they should be punished according to their crimes, and also rehabilitation. So we've created resources and different things to help people come out of the problem and to solve the problem, and not to just continue to lock away and throw people away.
Now, I also understand that women who are incarcerated come from violent backgrounds, or
Abuse,
not
correct.
abuse and stuff like that. So I know you say you have non-for-profit. Does these services also deal with rehabilitation, domestic violence therapy, things like that?
Well, it's funny that you said that. Yes, behind bars, I actually created a self-help book series called The Voices of Consequences Enrichment Series. And one of the things that it deals with is dealing with that shame and guilt and pain. Anytime you've been abused, you start to think that you're less than. So a lot of us suffer from low self-esteem. So the reason women commit crimes is actually very different than why men commit crimes. A lot of women do crimes to appease men. So a lot of our books and a lot of our talks and our teachings is to help increase the self-esteem of women and help them to know that they are worth it and not to put themselves in situations that could endanger their lives.
That's real incredible, and your family was suffering as well. So what are some of the things that y'all was doing to try to make amends and bring everything whole again personally?
Well, for me, it was a little bit different. I don't have children, but while I was incarcerated, I did lose my brother. I lost my father. So my family felt like they lost me as well. So it was a big, big struggle for us to overcome. So what I did in prison was focus on how do you overcome these struggles? How do you make yourself whole again after such a big loss?
Yeah.
So what we did was we started writing. I've written 12 books. I started getting heavy back into my music. I'm also a rapper, and what I did while I was there was write music and focus on keeping my mind outside of the prison walls and in the world, and not thinking about just being incarcerated, because it's really a state of mind. So my message, along with my sister's message, has really been keep your mind right, keep your mind free, and no matter what, you really never be locked up.
That's right. So keeping your mind right is the steps that you're taking to not make the same mistakes again?
Absolutely. I mean, obviously we pay hefty prices for our crimes, so we do not want to go back to prison. And it's just educating people. Like we both were 2 black businesswomen. I was a multimillionaire by the time I was 25. I think Aisha was one by the time she was 24. So we were very successful in business, but we took some shortcuts. Right. So basically what we want to do is educate others not to take those shortcuts, and we know now what
trust the process.
Correct. Because it's not that we had to do something wrong, but we was kind of moving and skipping steps because we thought that that was the easy way, and we learned that it was the wrong route. So not only what we do is to keep it, we teach it. So we practice what we preach.
So you guys have books. So each of you, I would like for y'all to name your books, and also where other people can find these books and where they can find you to get further information.
Okay. Well, if you want to start with me, or you want to start, sis?
I'll start.
Okay.
You can find me at The Real Aisha Hall, and that's on Instagram. Facebook, it's the same thing, Aisha Hall. And the names of my books are, I have quite a few: Caught Up Loving a Boss, The Backside of the Story, Kima and Lamar, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. What else do I have? King's Reign Supreme. Part 5 of the series that we have is get ready to come out. And I just have
the
so
Pink Panther
many.
clip.
I'm getting there.
Plug that down, sugar. Plug that down, sugar.
The book that we did all as a group, that's not just my book, it's my book, Jamila T. Davis and Sunshine Smith Williams. It's called The Pink Panther Clip.
That's right.
Together we can bring a copy with us. And, you know, it's 3 authors who have all been incarcerated talking about, it's like a more down-to-earth urban version of Orange is the New Black, I guess you could say that.
And so that's a Pink Panther clip, a group of women going through this ordeal, telling them stories. Is that correct?
So we collaborated.
Yes.
And we wrote together.
Yes.
So it was important for us to show the world the gifts of women incarcerated, because a lot of people think we're trash, and we're far from trash. So we wanted to use our writing gifts.
And this
to
is
show the world
proof
who we
that
are.
they're far from trash. You can overcome anything, and I commend you guys, because I know many women who spend time in prison and they go back. It's like a revolving door. And for you guys to come out to try to make a change for other women, to inspire other women, that's amazing. And thank you guys for taking this time. We need to. I need to have you on my show.
People, women in prison, a lot of times people think, oh, they look like quote unquote like addicts, or they're just the lowest of the low. You know, there's some divas in prison, you know, and we're hoping that we change the way people view women who are incarcerated.
And we want people to give women that are incarcerated a second chance. I believe everybody deserves a second chance. And if you want to heal people or you want to change their lives, show them love. Love does it. Does the trick every time.
Well, thank you for taking this time. Yeah, taking this time. Yes, and it was amazing talking to you.
Thank you.
And I would love to learn more. I will share my information with you.
That's right. And follow me, y'all, at Jamila T. Davis. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. And it's going down, y'all.
Everywhere. Chachainterviews, glad that women with voices. Let's get it.
Let's get it, baby.
What's up, everybody? Chacha Mystique, and we at this lovely event, Women with Voices, and I'm with Nene Grace from Hey Nene, and we sitting here. So tell everybody, what is Hey Nene and where you come from?
So, my name is Nene. I'm a spiritual life coach and healer, and I've done things with Jenny McCarthy and the Over Life You Want tour, and my place of healing is pretty much with anyone who comes from an abusive background, for anyone who comes from a space of loss, and loss is so vast. So I sit with them and we get down to the core of their pain. It's not problem. Problem is something that is ego-based. Pain is something that's soul deep. And I like to say that we're soul healing in a session.
Yes.
I like to say that we're getting down to that healing process, and that's real.
So it's therapy for women who's been abused or maybe suffering. Is that correct?
For those who have lost loved ones, because I am also a medium, but my practice is all about that soul healing, whatever level you need it on.
Yeah. So domestic violence is a very terrible thing that's more common than people realize. Do you get a lot of women coming from that background as opposed to them losing somebody?
I would say it's a balance. I would say it's about 50-50. And here's something that I've found to be just quite incredible, that a lot of that abuse happens when people are much younger as well. They come from abusive homes. And by the time they're adults, they don't relate their issues with that part of their life anymore. And they don't realize that sometimes that trigger was not just this relationship that they were in, that it was actually when they were 5 or 6 or 7 years old. So we go back and we heal that from a heart space. Because I'm not a therapist, I'm a spiritual life coach.
So do you come up with formulas specifically pertaining to that person, or is it like a general thing?
You know, we do meditations, we have very open, honest conversations. I definitely motivate them to take that next step to challenge themselves. And with Hey Nene, I decided let's do a modern day twist to Dear Abby, and let's add in some spirituality, you know, not religion, spirituality, because we're all spiritual beings, right? And when we get down to the core of it, we all have something that has triggered our lives and has moved us to the next level.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, and we all do. So moving forward, is there any advice? Because there's plenty of people out there hurting and need some type of spiritual guidance. Is there something that you want to tell somebody who may be watching that might need a word of healing or encouragement?
Keep on talking. Because as long as you hold whatever it is that's hurting you in, it's never going to stop. You cannot surrender something if you're holding on to it. And everyone deserves to be happy. Happiness is your birthright. So keep talking. Release what doesn't serve you.
So where can everybody find you, whether it's social media, website, where they can find you to obtain your services?
So my website is ninigrace.com. I'm on Instagram, nini.grace, Facebook, everything is just Nini Grace. You type it in Google and you're just going to get a series of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Nini Grace, for taking time out to talk
It's
to
my
me.
pleasure.
We live at Women with Voices, and this is another amazing woman with a voice. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Nice meeting you.
Yes. What's up, everybody? This is Cha Cha Mystique, and we live at location with Women with Voices, and we with the one and only PR guru, #1 entrepreneur, Miss Marie Driven in the building.
Hey, what's up, girl?
What's
How you
going on? Yeah, she's incredible, and the list goes on from Mariah Lynn, Corey Guns, Fresher, Hood Celebrity, G Unit 50 Cent.
I mean, that was my sales days.
Right?
Selling, you know.
Please, people start from the gutter. They don't start out with 50. G Unit.
They don't. I was very blessed and fortunate to even, you know, work under the G Unit umbrella, you know,
Yeah.
and then maintaining those relationships. So, being I was in the fashion side, I still connected with the music side. Until this day, I'm still tight with the music side of G Unit, which is kind of cool.
Yes.
You know, sometimes it's like when you leave something, you just leave it. You know, you don't keep it. You don't keep the connection. I always keep my connections because you don't know where somebody might go.
And
that's
that's
a big
smart.
lesson I always tell people. You never know where somebody's gonna go.
Yeah.
So don't.
And that's smart because a lot of people these days they got that saying, "I burn my bridges, but I can swim."
No.
Is that a smart thing to do?
It's horrible. I don't burn my bridges because listen, I'm the PR person that's gonna allow you to interview a big person when you just started out in media.
Yes.
I'm known for that.
Yes.
I've done it several times. When Remy first came out of prison, it was these young, you know, go-getters that just wanted a platform to just, you know, just grow. So you can't just turn around and say, no, you can't do that. Because that same person you said no to is now at Huffington Post, is now at Vibe, is now at Bossa. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
and I'm a strong believer of that. You know, I'm a strong believer of giving people opportunities to shine.
Yes. So you were nominated tonight with Women with Entrepreneur and just exceptional work out here. How does it feel to be embraced by your peers and colleagues and just other great women out there? How does it feel?
I feel great because the thing with us is sometimes we don't stand by each other. We don't acknowledge each other's work. And for me to be blessed that Chloe, you know, honored me tonight, I'm very happy about that.
Yes. So moving forward, to the young lady out there watching, the young entrepreneur, is there any words of encouragement or advice you'd like to give for her to keep striving?
Stay driven, baby. That's all I can tell you. Stay driven. You can do whatever you want. The gag is, if you don't want to do it, you don't.
Yes. So where everybody can find you, maybe receive some of your services, because some of this might be artists out there that might need some PR, or you said lawyers too, and doctors.
Yes, I do
everything, a variety.
Yeah, I do a variety of things that people don't know. That's why I mentioned it tonight. Like, everybody knows me for entertainment, but I've worked with lawyers, you know, that does transplants for people that don't have no hair. I've worked for people that does fish fasting. Like, there's several things that's underneath my umbrella, but people don't know. There's, oh my God, entertainment, music, whatever.
But last night I went to the Mariah Lynn tab reloaded release, and it was bananas in there. You were responsible for that. It was so crazy. It was a zoobie, literally. You know how people be like, oh, it was a zoobie, but the shit was really whack? No, it was crazy. You had people standing on tables. It was wall to wall. You had to inch your way by. But then at the same time, it was still a vibe. Everybody was happy and partying.
Yes,
right?
everybody was happy and partying, even though it was so crowded and I was telling them to get out of the VIP.
Yeah, I was like, please, people.
But we had a good time.
Yes, and it was amazing talking to you. I'm happy I was able to finally have this conversation with you because I've been following this lady for quite some time now and been inspired myself.
And I'm really appreciative of this. Like,
yes.
I didn't even know this, so now.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Thank you for giving me some time.
Thank you for allowing me to say my piece.
Yes. Chacha Mystique, and we up off this. What's up, everybody? Chacha Mystique, and we live at the Women with Voices event, and now we're with the lovely Ayana Ford. Okay, and those that don't remember, she was on the Shade Room and her video went viral. She exposed her predator and the family function, and it went bananas because I think a lot of people can relate to her story. So after going viral, how did that make you feel knowing that you touched so many lives?
I think it's one of the feelings you can't explain, but what I know for sure is it made me feel way more empowered than I felt growing up and over the years from experiencing the things that I experienced. You know, seeing girls reach out to me telling me this was their first time letting their parents know after seeing me do this, and, you know, having boys reach out to me, feeling comfortable enough to even express, you know, those situations that they've been through with me. It just made me feel higher than myself.
So that act was very brave and courageous and probably inspired others. Have you ever thought about doing other things or opening up organizations to help other women deal with these issues?
That's exactly what I'm on the road to doing now. What I'm trying to do is cover all areas where I'm from first, because I'm from North New Jersey. And, you know, I'm trying to get together with a few colleagues of mine that already do different types of social work, where I reach out to schools and organizations and after school programs, youth homes and group homes. You know, speaking to other people that I know for a fact have, you know, I'm not going to say for a fact, but may have experienced these things and don't feel like they can be strong enough to express it the way I did, and then uplift them and encourage them to do so. Now,
going through that traumatic experience, you are very well articulate and very well spoken. And what were some of the things, because I know you said you went down a spiral down the wrong path, doing negative things, but it seems as though you also did things that were positive. I just get that from you. Were there things that you did to try to come out of that funk and try to catch her some type of therapy?
Definitely. I feel like therapy was, what I did in that video was honestly therapeutic for me. It made me release a lot of anger that I had built up over the years that kind of caused a lot of different situations. But, you know, when I was younger, I decided, around 18, 19, I decided to move down south and get in school. And my study was social work because I wanted to, you know, understand the human mind and how we think and what really brings us from expressing ourselves and addressing situations the way they should be addressed. And I feel like that's something I want to pursue.
That's really dope. So for the young lady that's looking, who's scared to come out of her shell, do you have any words of encouragement or something that you would like to tell her to make her live a better tomorrow?
I feel like anything that you feel like might be holding you back, more than likely is. You know, you gotta look your enemies sometimes in the eye, especially the devil, and let them know that you're greater than that and you're greater than your experience. And don't ever have nobody tell you what your story was or tell you who you are. You know, you gotta stand up to yourself and things that hurt you the most, because you never know, your story could uplift the next person.
And I'm very proud of you because you didn't allow your situation to defeat you. You actually kicked his ass, and you did it in a very remarkable way, especially using such a huge platform like social media. And you touched so many people, and I thank you for even giving me the time of day. And I relate to your story so much, you have no idea, that I had to talk to you. I'm actually shocked that you were here. I'm like, for real? Like, I got out of control too. So thank you so much for sharing your piece with all of us today. I commend you. And it takes a lot of bravery and courage to do that. But let everybody know how else they can follow you, that those that are not following you.
I'm most active on Instagram, so you can follow me at 5Butterball, 5BUTTABALL. And I'm on my Facebook because I got a group called Angel Warriors on Facebook. Follow that too. It's Ayana, Ayanah, Irene, IRENE. So I love you guys.
Go follow her. Let's get this. Chacha Mystique, Women with Voices, and we up off this. What's going on, everybody? And I'm Chacha Mystique, and I'm live at the Women with Voices event with the originator, founder, co-host, host, event planner, everything. It's Chloe Love in the building.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, so this event is a celebration of all women from all walks, life situations, everywhere. What made you come up with this event?
So, I wanted to celebrate women from all different walks of life, no matter where they were in life, not just entrepreneurs or people who have businesses, but every woman who had an inspirational story from being a survivor to being a good friend. And I was blessed with a lot of great female friends. A lot of women say that, oh, I don't talk to women, or I don't rock with other women. I got lucky with some great women, so I just wanted to share that for other women and hope that I could create a community where that could exist.
Yes, and tonight's event was filled with extraordinary women. Like, I couldn't believe the background, and even with the backgrounds where they came from and how they overcame their progression. Do you reflect that?
Yes, I definitely was moved tonight. It came out better than I could have even asked for or fathomed. I knew we would do okay because I have a lot of women that support me. I'm very lucky. But wow, I didn't think we would sell out over 100 tickets on Eventbrite, plus honorees, guests. We had 130 to 150 people come out today, and I'm just so grateful that everyone was able to share their stories, be who they were without feeling judged or feeling like people will look down on them, and inspire other women with those stories. So I'm very grateful to create a platform for that.
And you did a wonderful job. Now, going back to what you were saying, you know, a lot of people don't get along, and then with the event, you didn't expect it to be such a great impact the way it was tonight. Do you feel that women across the globe underestimate not only themselves, but we underestimate each other?
Absolutely. I think that women have to understand, I don't think that you really know love until you love a sister. Because usually when you're in a relationship, whether it's woman to woman or man to woman, the physical clouds the mind of what's really going on. When you love somebody without that interruption, that's pure untainted love. So that sisterhood is so important to who we are, and so important even understanding self-love and the love that we need, so that we won't allow ourselves to be in certain relationships because we're looking for love, because we would already then know love. So I think it's very important for us to have that, and I really do hope to create this platform where women can meet each other. I met a lot of great women on IG. I met you on IG.
Right?
I was a lot of
And I love you.
The inbox like, hey,
And I'm glad I came tonight.
I'm glad
This
I
was
reached
amazing.
out. Yeah.
It was amazing. Like, I'm mad you missed it. Like, you played yourself that you missed it. Like, seriously. Yeah, so moving forward, how you gonna keep this sisterhood alive? Because I feel like I'm in a sorority now.
Yes,
Like,
this is it.
I just need to get spanked.
That's
and
it.
You know, that's it.
That's
But,
it.
Yeah, that's it. All right, so with the sisterhood, how are we gonna keep this alive? How are you gonna
So
keep
this was our first fundraiser, and we plan on touring and doing this event from state to state. We are also going out to the senators to see if we can get space donated so that we can create workshops for credit, health, beauty, whatever it is that you want to do. We want to create free workshops so you can come out and learn, share counseling sessions, legal advice, and we plan on continuously trying to do either every month or every quarter doing an event to bring us together and kind of key and see what's going on.
Yes, and I really hope that you do that. And I will make sure I will support every function because this was remarkable. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. Yeah, so for the young entrepreneur, the young sisters or sisters that's out there watching, is there any form of advice that you would like to give as far as sisterhood or the formulation of embracing other women?
Yes, I mean, don't be afraid to tell somebody how great they are. Don't be afraid to tell another woman she's amazing. It doesn't make you less amazing. It actually makes you that much more amazing to tell her that with being selfless to yourself. Be there for one another, uplift each other. Don't just be there to tell women when they're doing wrong or to beat them down when they're doing wrong, but show up when they're doing good and celebrate them. Don't wait for someone else to have to tell you or to co-sign your friends. Celebrate each other like you celebrate these celebrities.
Yes.
And that's it at the end of the day.
Yes, and I appreciate the invite. I appreciate everything. Now, for those that don't know, we just recently had a full-out interview with Chloe, the entrepreneur, at our live ad radio podcast at the Jamaica Studios. We'll have full clips of that interview, plus the whole full coverage of this wonderful event on our YouTube pages, Instagram, Facebook. It's gonna be everywhere. Just follow me, Mystique, CHA_Mystique, Instagram, and it has links to all of our pages where you will get all the coverage to tonight's wonderful event, as well as our intimate interview that we had this past Wednesday. So, is there anything you want to say else to the crowd?
You guys, if you haven't followed me already on IG, CLOELUV, do so. I will be listing all of our events. I will be sharing information. I also have another page called Chloe's Couch, where I give life tips, where I give financial tips. So those are the two pages you can find me on IG, CLOELUV or CLOES Couch.
Yes, Chloe Love, Chacha Mystique, women with voices. Celebrate your woman, celebrate your sister, mother, friend. Go out there and hug another woman. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. And we are off this. Yes.